Police say a man is dead after a shooting in an Anchorage business, what we know so far. Plus, the disaster declaration for Western Alaska is extended, how the governor's office says this will help.
Well, storm action means high winds, high water, rain, and snow. I'll go over the restless weather hitting Alaska in the forecast.
And the Mat-Su Borough School District is no longer doing Indigenous land acknowledgements. We have the details about the change in the policy, and we hear from the district.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
A man is dead following a shooting this morning at an Anchorage business. That's according to the Anchorage Police Department. APD says officers are investigating the shooting. It happened at Fox Hollow Golf Course and Sports Dome on Brayton Drive north of Huffman. Police say they arrived to the scene around 11:45 this morning, where they found a man with trauma to the upper body. Officers and medics attempted life-saving care, but the man died at the scene. Anyone with information is being asked to contact police at 311. And Alaska's governor has signed an extension to the disaster declaration for former Typhoon Halong's impacts. He signed the original declaration October 9th ahead of the storm. It was set to expire tomorrow. The governor's office says this extension will help maximize the amount of work that can be done before the winter freeze-up. President Donald Trump also signed a major disaster declaration due to the storm. And meteorologist Jackie Purcell is with us this weekend and says a storm is heading to that hard-hit area of the state. What impacts will the latest storm bring to the region?
Well, we're looking at a big low, Michaela. It's going to whip up the winds. It already has, as well as the seas as it moves into the Bering Sea tonight, with some advisories to go along with that rough weather. Now you can see it there spinning on the left side of the screen, the front approaching Western Alaska. It will bring blowing snow as well as wind gusts to 50 miles per hour, and snowfall totals could go up to 4 inches. And watch out for some likely drifting. You can see how the winter weather advisory and coastal flood advisory kind of overlap around this area, stretching from Quinnahock to Tooksuk Bay, and with the coastal flood advisory extending north to Hooper and Scammon Bays. Brace for water levels to go 1 to 3 feet above normal high tide lines. So in the south central area, diminishing showers, and that's along the coast. They're not quite escaping that rain snow mix, though. Current temperatures are cool, which will keep much of that snow from melting off. In fact, it is going to get chilly. Tonight, our local lows could go into the mid to upper teens. Here's a look at what's happening tomorrow in Anchorage, Fairbanks, Juneau, and Bethel. The drier weather for Anchorage and Fairbanks with temperatures into the teens to even upper 20s. Juneau and southeast Alaska is dealing with high winds, heavy rains, and the Bethel area on track for snow. I'll have a lot more on this forecast coming up a little bit later here on the newscast.
Thank you, Jackie. A recent change has been implemented by the Mat-Su Borough School District. Indigenous land acknowledgements are no longer in use district-wide. Charlie Fellows dove into where the new policy came from and where it currently stands.
Wasilla High School would like to acknowledge that this building resides on the ancestral land of the Dena'ina and Ahtna people who have stewarded this area for thousands of years. Our community thrives thanks to their continued sharing of wisdom, vision, values, and leadership.
That message will no longer precede events in the Mat-Su Borough School District. According to the Mat-Su Sentinel, who originally broke the story, Superintendent Dr. Randy Trainey emailed principals in August outlining the change, which began rolling out on October 15th. The issue dates back to the MSBSD school board meeting on June 4th of this year, when attendees and the board discussed the merits of the practice.
The land acknowledgements for me as an Alaska Native, I've struggled with this since the time that it's come out, and I know that there can be differences between the public on their feelings on it, but for me, it just feels like continuing to try and tear open an old wound.
The Mat-Su Borough School District confirmed to Alaska's news source that the Sentinel's article was accurate, adding that the messages were seen as, quote, divisive by some constituents. They added that a new message, which it calls the Shared Histories and Service Recognition Statement, is permitted for optional use. It reads, "The Matanuska-Susitna region has been shaped by many people over time, from early explorers, American settlers, and colonists to the Dena'ina and Ahtna peoples who lived in this area before modern development. Together, their histories form the foundation of our vibrant and growing communities. We also want to take a moment to thank the many individuals who serve and protect our community each day, including members of the military, veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, emergency responders, educators, and healthcare professionals. Your dedication and sacrifice make gatherings like this possible, and we are deeply grateful. The practice of reading such a land acknowledgement is not uncommon in Alaska. The Anchorage School District reads a similar message written by the native village of Eklutna before their official events. When asked whether ASD would consider such a policy change, District President Carl Jacobs told me it was, quote, not going to happen. Alaska's News Source reached out to the Kanik and Chicaloon tribes that reside within the Matsu Borough and wrote the original acknowledgement in question, but did not hear back by publication. Charlie Fellows, Alaska's News Source.
Still ahead, puppies abandoned in Fairbanks are looking for a new home. We meet the little German Shepherd mixes and hear about their situation.
You're watching Alaska's News Source.
9 puppies found abandoned in a crate at a Fairbanks transfer site will be ready for adoption this weekend. The 13-week-old German Shepherd mixes have quickly won over staff at the shelter. They've been vaccinated and given health checks with spay and neuter procedures completed.
We would prefer that people contact us. We have a lot of ways to help people with that. It's not something that needs to happen. They don't need to be at the transfer site. We have a warm building here that they can get all that care that they need and then find those homes and not have to stay at the transfer site in a cold cage.
Anyone interested in adopting is encouraged to contact the Fairbanks North Star Borough Animal Control Facility. And the animals we have at home are considered members of our family. Your budget may be feeling a little tight this holiday season, so it might be hard to stay afloat with those extra mouths to feed. But Anchorage Animal Care and Control has a pet food bank to help. It's meant to help keep families together by helping alleviate the pressures of having to pay for pet food. They also have things like leashes, collars, and toys.
The last thing you want to do on Christmas or around the holidays is have to surrender your pet due to finances. It's not fair to the pet, and it's not fair to the family that loves them.
He says AACC helps about 400 households a month, and the holidays see a higher demand. That mission is made easier by those who donate, like Megan Miller, who donated some pet food and a blanket.
I come here to get my dog's shots in the fall, so I figured I could help out in any way that I could. Went to Cars today to get some groceries, saw that they had some cat food on sale, figured why not.
AACC says right now it could use wet and dry cat food. If you need supplies, AACC is open 7 days a week.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's News Source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's News Source app.